Happy Friday, Eagles Nation. Welcome to today's episode of Bird Bus. Stephen Hellmann here alongside Tom Aresco, Views from the Link TV coming at you. And, interesting week. Jason Peters sticking around. Some trade talks, some reports about,
Kenny Stills
coming here.
On the top of the list
on
here.
The top.
On the top of the shopping list, as they're calling it on Twitter. The free agent shopping list. Alshon Jeffrey is looking like he might not be the top target for the Eagles. And
he's coming to the team.
Yeah,
So
and I don't know. I don't know if a report that says they're interested in Kenny Stills means that they're not interested in Jeffrey. However,
they're interested in everyone.
The reports have been out there.
Yeah.
I mean, it's everything's been out there. Different reports, like you said, and there's a report a couple weeks ago that executives expect the Eagles to go after Alshon Jeffrey or the league.
It's all click. It's all click.
Everything gets reported. So we'll see who they like, and that's kind of that. So
all right, first question. This guy coming to us, Jespin 2001 asks, why does Wentz throw too many interceptions?
I think he has the. Go ahead. Was that it?
Yeah,
that was the question.
Yeah.
I think that he has a gunslinger's mentality, somewhat like Brett Favre, where I'm not saying that's a good or a bad thing. It can be more bad and risky in situations, but it's definitely good to know he likes making big plays, and no matter if the receiver is Nelson Aguilar, Dorial Green, Beckham, Jordan Matthews, or maybe some of these Kenny Stills, Alshon Jeffrey, whoever we've been linked to, no matter who it is, he's going to trust him to go up and make a play. And once the Eagles acquire a couple guys that can go up and make a play or can get behind the defense and make a play, Wentz is going to really benefit because of his style of play. And a lot of people look at it as an excuse. Oh, you're saying, a lot of the haters, on Twitter, who I'm talking about if you follow me on Twitter, a lot of haters on Twitter say that it's an excuse for Carson Wentz that he doesn't have weapons and, we're a soft fan base. And an excuse, I mean, you can call it what you want, but the bottom line is once he gets guys that can make some plays, I think his play style is very fit for having playmakers. I mean, whose isn't? But even him especially, he likes to take shots, he likes to make plays, and that's a big
talented player.
He likes to extend plays, I think that his interceptions come from. So the question was, why does he throw so many interceptions? I think it's because he does force the ball. But once he has guys that can get those 50-50 balls, though, I think the interceptions will drop because the players will be more open. It'll, allow him to make those risks a little less risky.
Yeah, well, it's also his rookie year. He's learning reading defenses.
That's
he has no talent around him. Put it in perspective, Peyton Manning threw 28 interceptions. Carson Wentz threw 14 in the first years, respectively. So, next question, Billy Ebron 28 asks, which wide receiver is most likely going to come to Philly?
We just talked about that a lot. I know you have an answer for that, so I'll let you take that one.
Alshon Jeffrey. I think, is he the most likely? No, but that's who I think they're going to get.
I think they'll at least get a guy on the level.
I'd say most likely.
A D-Jax or a Kenny Stills.
Yeah, it would be probably Kenny Stills.
Or a Kenny Britt or a Pierre Garçon. I see those all being, at the minimum, we'll get one or two of those guys. Yeah. At the maximum, I think it's Jeffrey.
I think you need to get two guys, including Jeffrey. Next question. Etho Boy 30 asks, sign Stills or sign Alshon or Stills?
Well, we both just said it. Those are two of the top targets out there, and along with Deshaun Jackson, Pierre Garçon, Robert Woods. You can even throw, obviously, Kenny Britt. You can even throw a guy like Andre Holmes in there. Depending on how much money the first signing is, that's what they'll base the rest of free agency on. So if you can afford another guy, such as D-Jax or Kenny or whomever, then you can go grab Alshon and another guy like that, or you can just grab Britt or Stills or D-Jax, combination of those guys.
What bugs me is that people don't want to spend this money for these guys, but you want talent.
Yeah.
So you're just gonna assume you can't just do all these like low risk and just have high rewards. Like it's not how it works all the time. So what you have to do is you have to spend money on these guys, and you have money. Garner Barlow's gonna be gone. He has $8 million. Ryan Mack's gonna be gone. That's $4 million. Kendrick's gonna be gone. That's $8 million.
Darren Sproles next year. That's $4 million.
Collectively,
Jason Peters is gonna be at around 10 this year, 11. So that's gonna be gone in the next year.
So let's just say that's like $30 million. So you you have $30 million in those players, but you don't want to give 15 to Alshon.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous.
Exactly.
It's ridiculous.
Exactly.
And most of those guys on your team, like
don't do anything.
Barwin, Kendricks, and Matthews, they're very expendable.
Yeah, Matthews.
I
wouldn't say he doesn't. I wouldn't say he doesn't do anything. I would just say that he's always hurt, and you can get a running back that's cheaper by a little bit and has way more upside, like a guy you draft or something like that.
So people don't want to spend money for Alshon. It's just like, look who we have.
Yeah,
look who we're about to get rid of.
Look
who they're about to get rid of.
Look where the money is right now, and tell me that you wouldn't rather just because it's money you have no matter what. You're spending it anyway.
Where are you gonna put the money? You can sign a corner, but you need a receiver so bad. Yeah. Let's go get the best one.
And corner, I'm not saying that means that guys won't work out, but corner in free agency hasn't worked out for us. So I think that they're going to develop corners. I think they are going to go with that method, and then they're going to get a guy such as Alshon Jeffrey that Carson Wentz can throw the ball to 90 times this season, and he'll catch 65, 70 of the balls. Maybe they'll target him even more, like 120 times, and he'll probably catch 70, 80 balls. That's, more his if he can stay healthy, 70, 80 balls for, 12 to 1,300 yards. And that offensive production right there is just huge, and you need something like that. And I believe everyone else can fall in line. But free agency is just like the draft, and people don't look at it like that, but it's a risk. When you sign a guy, he can flame out just as easily as he, will succeed. Or he'll do a little bit of both, and you never really know. You bring the guys in and you try to build something, but I think Roseman is itching to bring some upgrades in.
Yeah, absolutely. Next question that Ninja Zay asked: what package could the Eagles send to the Saints for Brandon Cooks?
Brandon Cooks.
He put Brandon, and so he was right. And for some reason today when I was writing him down, I was like Braden. I don't know. So Brandon Cooks,
Braden Crooks, whoever. We can get a package together. The Eagles can package something together. I just don't know what they're looking for. Obviously, if they just want to get anything and they're looking for a team that has some maybe defensive pieces because the Saints kind of need that.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that these guys are great, but if you want to just get a bunch of defensive bodies, you go after Michael Kendricks and Connor Barwin, and then maybe grab a second rounder or something like that. So, if we could get Brandon Cooks for a second round pick, then we wouldn't have to draft a receiver.
Yeah.
So.
But would you trade a second round pick for him? I wouldn't.
I don't know if I would. If I did though, I would. I might.
I don't think it'll cost that. They clearly want to get rid of it.
Yeah. If it was a third, definitely. I might trade a I don't know. It's tough. He was a former first rounder. He's like 24 years old. So the guy's really good. He's just one of those guys he can play outside, inside. He makes plays. So I'd definitely give up some assets for him. I don't know, maybe a second rounder's high, but are you going to get a better player in the second round than Brandon Cooks? Probably not.
Yeah, probably not, but you can just get wide receivers in free agency too.
Yeah, exactly. Then you only need one of them, and then you can draft, a corner in the first round, or or you can sign, a guard in free agency then as well.
Yeah,
Ron Leary's out there. He's probably better than any rookie guard would be coming in. Start at left guard for us, and But the real person I'm looking at is Jason Kelsey and what's going to happen with him as well.
Yeah.
So we'll see what we need, but depending on what the needs are, I would definitely think about giving up a second, definitely a third, but even a second for Brandon Cooks. He's really good, and it helps you out. So.
Next question. Little Donut asks, why is Jordan Hicks the best middle linebacker to live?
He's just everywhere.
He's everywhere. He's everywhere. He flies around everywhere. There's the old video of you yelling.
He's everywhere.
After
the Saints game, when he had the.
I thought it was after, but they beat the Cowboys.
Nope, it was not. It was after the Saints game. We're waving around the pink towel for the best answer. And it's that the famous Oregon yelling in it right in the camera, the Oregon hoodie right in the camera. Yeah, and he turned it around. It was that Saints game was probably my favorite.
Yeah, did you see DeMarco Murray?
Yeah, it was that game. Like that was just a crazy game. That we just. It was finally great to see him come together. But Jordan Hicks.
The birds are back, baby.
Go back in the video. It's the Eagles-Saints recap from last year, and I go nuts over Jordan Hicks because he was just emerging. He had an interception, I believe, off a tip, and a forced fumble and a sack or something. Like he just he recovered Fletcher Cox's first fumble, and then I think he had an interception in that game too, or something like that. Or he forced one. I don't know. It was great. I say it right, and I was like 2 forced, 2 2 picks or something.
Yeah,
something like 2 sacks.
Nah, he had a great
I went
game.
nuts, but yeah, that's why Jordan Hicks, baby. I get hyped up talking about him. I love him.
I think it's his instincts though. He always seems like he's in the right place at the right time, and that's something. That's why, and he's talented, but that's
everywhere.
That's really what, which basically means he's everywhere. J Brad 13 asked if you could hang out with one Eagles player for the day, who would it be? That's a good question.
That's a great
question. I like that.
You already know what I want to say, but I'm gonna try to think out. I'll take Jalen Mills. He'd be fun to hang out with. I feel like he's a fun guy. He's passionate, and we'd go out and we'd just I'd be like, hey, let's throw on a couple nice outfits, and he'd just be into it and just real fired up with the green hair, and we'd go out in Philly and just hang out and have a fun time. It'd be cool. Get a nice dinner. I mean, if it's on him, I mean, I know he's only a 7th round rookie contract, but you can afford nice Del Frisco's steak and maybe hit South Street and go shopping with him a little bit. He's got a good sense of style. I like it. I'll take Jalen Mills, and if I could add one more guy, I'd add Rodney McLeod because he's a stylish guy too. Has a lot of fun, classy. We'd go out there and we'd do our thing. We'd really class it up. We'd
class
be
it
classy
up.
citizens.
The talk of the town, you guys would be.
Yep.
I'd go down to Alabama, Fletcher Cox, and just get
Mississippi.
Just go Mississippi, Alabama.
Him and Benny Logan.
Yeah, we just go nuts down there.
Go ride ATVs.
Barbecue, drink a whole case of beer, probably just go crazy.
He could probably drink a whole one.
He probably could. Yeah, he probably could. But yeah, I would just do that and just go nuts with the boys. Yeah,
ride dirt bikes and stuff.
Yeah, it'd be great. It'd be a good time.
That'd be a lot of fun too.
Next question, Smith Boy 93 asks, what player in free agency do you think we can definitely change us into a playoff contender?
What kind of player in free agency?
What player?
Alshon Jeffrey. I think the guy's an absolute monster. He's a beast. Go watch his highlight. Someone made just a new highlight tape of him on YouTube that we watched the other night. The guy's a monster, and if a guy like that becomes available for whatever reason, you just go make it happen, especially with how bad the Eagles need a superstar, dominant receiver that can go outside, catch 80 balls, 1,300 yards, 10 touchdowns, red zone threat. He can get behind defenses. He makes the tough catches over top of defenders. And we got Mike Groh in town, the wide receivers coach that worked with him for 2 years when he had his best years, and that's that familiarity could really pay dividends for him in our offense getting up to speed. And Carson Wentz is just infectious, similar to Joel Embiid, and I think Alshon would give us his 100% every day on Sunday on the field.
Yeah, no, he totally would. I think that's the guy that puts you over the top. Absolutely. Another question. Who do you think is the greatest Eagle of all time here?
The greatest Eagle of all time?
Yeah.
Brian Dawkins.
Brian Dawkins,
I would pick Brian Dawkins because he's my favorite. He's my best Eagle of all time. I'd put McNabb up there too, and Westbrook. That team that went to the Super Bowl, but Brian Dawkins was the passion and the heart that I watched growing up. That made me want to. That's where I got my hype.
I think ours just has to be Dawkins, just based on it is, but people will obviously say Reggie White, but we never watched Reggie White play, so we don't. I didn't watch him play when he was on the Packers.
He won a ring when he was in Green Bay.
Yeah, I saw him play on the Packers, but not when he was. I don't remember him.
I love Reggie White, but I just don't feel as good claiming him as an Eagle because he was a Packer as well and won a Super Bowl with them.
Yeah, but he came up with the Eagles.
Yeah,
he was with the Eagles for a long time.
Why did you let him go though? I don't get it.
Because the team was terrible at that time. They probably need to move some guys. Yeah, I mean they were really bad.
I never looked into the whole that era. I just
You didn't miss anything, I can tell you that.
Yeah, Brian Dawkins is the guy.
All right, we got a couple more questions, so we're going to go through these real quick. Sean Kohler, 52, asked, what 5 things would you like to see the Eagles do this offseason? So name them quick.
Okay, wide receiver, address cornerback, address running back, address offensive line, getting ready to overhaul it with Kelsey and Peters being on their way out the door. That's 4. And then on top of that, I'd like to see... this offseason, I'd like to hear some positivity about Wentz taking that next step in his development, and that's what I want to see from him is him take that next step in his development and really just come out swinging next year.
What he said. Yeah, and then actually last question here. What Christian Eagles 81 asks, what do you see? Where do you see Aguilar on this team in 2017?
Well, I see him on the team, but I might see him on the bench. I don't know. I just don't think he's going to be able to beat out some of these other guys, and I think he will get in there and make some plays. But ultimately, I don't think he's going to be a full-time guy. I think he'll have a limited role, which might actually help him. And
I think it will.
You know, I hope he finds some confidence there, and you know, I hope he does. I hope he does do well, but. It's tough to see right now.
Hope he does well, but we can't count on him, and I think we need to go get some receivers. So that's my take, guys. It's his take, and we will see you on Monday or Tuesday for the weekly chirp, and you guys have a great weekend.